What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of In Cahoots Podcast. My name is Nikki, and today we're going to take a deep dive into Candace Owens' dreams. We're going to see what you think. Do you think she's crazy, or do you think that these are spiritual messages that are giving her clues and tips to help her crack the case? Let's do it. Before we get into this video, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, like the video, help us get on the algorithm, and continue to share the video. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to the family. If you want to support the channel in any way, our Cash App and our Venmo are right there on the screen. And also, go ahead and follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so Candace is getting a lot of backlash right now, especially from Nick Fuentes, for the fact that she's sharing her dreams. They're vivid dreams that she's having that a lot of people are just not agreeing with. They actually hate the fact that she's sharing information on these dreams because they're looking at it as if she's using these dreams as almost evidence. Some think that that's not the case. That's not what Candace Owens is doing. She's just sharing the fact that she's having these vivid dreams about Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk is trying to tell her something. So we're all going to just have our own opinions about it. But first, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip of Candace Owens explaining her dreams. Let's take a look.
And obviously, as we were sitting there, it didn't strike me as weird because when you're in your dream state, everything that happens for some reason feels like, oh yeah, this is totally normal. Anyway, Charlie said to me, I don't have much time. He followed that up explaining to me that I needed to see what happened on his left. And he told me explicitly, they betrayed me, multiple people. And I said, I know, but who? Then came the frustrating part of the dream. Every time I would say who, you know when you're in a dream and you go who, or you try to speak in the dream and then suddenly you're actually speaking in real life and you start to wake yourself up from the dream by accident. That's what kept happening. And whenever I would try to listen to what he was saying, it sounded like he was underwater. So I was frustrated by this. I can't get to the part where you tell me who betrayed you. It wasn't until the third week after his death that finally one face came through in this dream. It came through as clear as day from around the corner of the restaurant. And it was Andrew Colvet's. Now you have to imagine in the immediate aftermath of this, I was not thinking Turning Point USA. Where we're at today is almost like unimaginable going back there. In fact, I was very friendly with Andrew Colvet. We had spoken extensively in the aftermath of Charlie's death. I've known him for years, and I felt really weird about having seen him in this dream, but it was so vivid and it was so compelling that I felt that as weird and as odd as it was, that I had to text him and tell him what I saw. And this is the text, just sharing with you so you guys know if this all really happened. I said, I rarely have vivid dreams, but I had one clear as day this weekend. Charlie came to me and he sat down and he told me that he did not have much time, that I needed to know that he was in fact betrayed and that they are hiding what happened to my left. I believe his soul is in purgatory, and I believe that you know much more than you've said publicly or privately. And Andrew Colvet never answered. Last time.
All right. That was her dream. All right. Now, let's talk about vivid dreaming for a second. Vivid dreaming is also known as REM sleep. Okay. Now, what that is basically it's your brain being extremely active while your body is paralyzed. Right? So when you're having those vivid dreams, what's actually going on the outside of your body is your blood pressure rises, your blood sugar rises, and it's also basically mostly in the eyes, hence the acronym. So when you're in that stage of sleep, your eyes are rapidly moving, kind of like a jerky moving type of situation going on, you know? So in that stage, your mind is racing with the dream and thoughts. It's your brain is just extremely active while your body is very much immobilized. And that's due to muscle atonia. In this stage, your mind is racing with thoughts. The dream itself, your mind is racing. It's busy. However, your body is extremely, it's immobilized, basically. So we have what's called a muscle atonia, right? For the voluntary muscles in the body. So that way, when you're having a vivid dream or REM sleep, it's actually to protect you from acting out what's actually going on in the dream. So again, active mind, paralyzed body. Now, in a situation with Candace Owens, I mean, can you imagine? That was her best friend. He was like Charlie Kirk was like a little brother to her. So you can only imagine the thoughts that are racing in her mind, and things that she had already known that could have put Charlie Kirk in danger. Her mind is here, there, here, and there. On top of that, she's extremely emotional and distraught because she just lost someone who was like a little brother to her, right? So of course, our brain, it doesn't shut off even when we're asleep. It's still going. So for someone that's going through so much pain and hurt and that's just experienced a loss, it's kind of almost common to have dreams like that. But you have to remember that while dreaming, your mind is still doing the work, but your body can't move. So therefore, any and everything that has crossed Candace's mind is still actively going round and round and round and round in her brain as she's asleep, right? In a sense, it's basically emotional memory, because at the same time, she's going through grief, right? So then if you think about vivid grief, your dreams start to show like hyper detailed visuals, as if like you would just think that you are really in that moment with that person. Hyper detailed visuals. And anyone who's ever had these type of dreams, you know that you start to feel everything. That's what makes it feel so real. You feel the panic, you feel the anxiety, you feel the anger, the sadness. You ever had a dream and that it's such a sad dream and you literally wake up crying? Or you wake up ready to punch somebody, or you might just wake up in love. I mean, when you're having a dream like that, you feel every single emotion, And also vivid dreams can, because of everything that I just mentioned, sometimes it's going to come off as a message delivery, right? So if she's sitting there with Charlie Kirk and he's like, yeah, the person to my left or on my left betrayed me. First thing I thought about was, side note, didn't Andrew Covett sit to the left of Charlie? Neither here nor there. But anyway, so as you're having that vivid dream and you're feeling every single emotion, like I said, it starts to come off as a message delivery. And it gets to a point where you start to convince yourself, like, this wasn't just a dream. This couldn't have been just a dream. This has to be a message. And that doesn't make you crazy. It makes you human, emotional, sad, angry, human. All right, now let's kind of think about it this way. All right, so psychologically, right? When you're dreaming like that, like it starts to form other kind of emotions, I should say, like distrust, moral injury, for sure, violated values. Candace said that she felt like Charlie Kirk's soul wasn't at rest, felt like he was in purgatory. But why? That means that she feels like because of these dreams that she's having, that there's unfinished business. And that's why she's so desperate to crack this case wide open. And I've said this from the beginning. You can see the desperation in Candace's eyes every show. The desperation of truly trying to crack this case wide open for her friend. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't see that same desperation in Erica Kirk's eyes. I don't see it in Andrew Covet's eyes. I don't see it in Tyler Boyer's eyes. I do not see it in Blake Neff's. None of them. I don't see that desperation to try to figure out exactly what happened. But I see it in Candace's eyes. Now, if we look at this spiritually, right? Some people that have vivid dreams, take it as like a symbolic warning, or emotional processing. In certain cultures, dreams are actually meaning making tools. You're going to find the reason, you're going to find the meaning, you're going to find the why in this vivid dream that you're having, because it can't just be a dream if it feels this real. We just also have to remember that that does not make the dream evidence. And I think that's why a lot of people are upset with her, because they feel as though she's trying to use her dreams as evidence. I don't personally agree with that, but listening to other creators, they're very angry with her because they're saying, wow, a dream, Candace, really? But not once did Candace say, I am going to take my dream to court. So I don't think that she's taking it that far. But of course, we still need to be careful with believing dreams, even if they do feel real. With a huge platform such as Candace Owens, if she's coming out saying, I've had these dreams of betrayal, okay, to others that do not believe in taking a dream seriously, that is going to cause the moral narrative to collapse. And I'm sure she knows this, but we do also need to remember that our dreams can easily start organizing a whole entire story, right? So if you're having a dream that you're thinking, like I said earlier, this cannot just be a dream. Now you're allowing your brain to organize this entire narrative that could not be it at all. It could not be even close to the truth. I think some people forget how strong, incredibly strong, the human mind is. In a vivid dream, our brain will literally start assigning roles. For instance, the betrayer, the fallen figure, witnesses, and the biggest one, familiar places and feelings. Think about Candace's dream for a second. You have the betrayer, and this is not in any particular order. The betrayer, Andrew Covet. Fallen figure, Charlie Kirk. Familiar places. She said, they were somewhere in Israel and they had the best hummus or something like that. And she could just remember it so well. Our mind, even though we're asleep, our brain is still remembering. Our brain is still thinking. It's still working. And then with all of that said, those that are very upset with her for mentioning her dreams, they're starting to think things like, okay, well, this is signs of manipulation. She's manipulating, her platform, spiritual authority. They're thinking, oh, so God gave you these dreams. He gave you these dreams. How come he didn't give them to anyone else? You're the chosen one. We all don't believe in what the next person believes. Candace Owens has every right to talk about her dreams, how they made her feel, if she feels like she believes them or not. It's her platform. It's her spirit. It's her life. We are just spectators. We choose to watch her show Monday through Thursday, almost religiously. So we can't get mad if she's saying that she believes that her dreams are truly a sign of what happened. We can't get mad at that. We just choose whether to continue to watch or not. But not one time did I ever hear Candace say, this dream is evidence and I'm taking it to the judge. She's just sharing an experience. That's just my opinion. We have to remember that the controversy of all of this, it isn't just about the dream. It's what people think that the dream is being used to justify. So people are looking at her show like, well, okay, so what are you trying to say? Like, okay, you had this dream. Your whole podcast, right, for the past 4 months has only been about the murder of Charlie Kirk. And now you're telling me you had a dream that you saw Andrew Covet's face after Charlie told you that he was betrayed. What are you trying to say? So people are getting upset because they're trying to figure out what are you, Candace Owens, trying to say that this dream justifies? For Candace, this could just be just a spiritual encounter. Maybe she feels God is trying to show her something. In the Bible, in Genesis, God gave Abraham a dream, basically letting him know that he was going to have a son through Sarah. So as Christians, a lot of us do believe that God will come to you in a dream and show you something. In Matthew, God gave Joseph a dream, letting him know, hey, Mary's going to get pregnant by the Holy Spirit, and are we going to say that that's not true? I mean, if you don't believe in the Bible or you don't believe in God, then you may not believe that. If you do believe in God and you do read your Bible and that's what you know and you believe, then you do believe that. We're all not going to believe the same things. We could try to break them down spiritually and scientifically. We can keep an open mind. That's what I'm doing. I am keeping an open mind. I do believe that God will use our dreams to show us things, but not everybody believes that, and that is okay. That is fine. It's not the end of the world. But I think that we all can at least somewhat agree that dreams are not a reliable source of external truth, right? I think that if anything, they are a accurate reflection of internal emotion, like what you're going through on the inside, things that are on your mind, things that are troubling you, things that are worrying you. I think that all of that does come out in a dream because you've been through a traumatizing situation. Of course, that's only on your mind. That's all that you're thinking about. Candace says she wasn't eating, sleeping, nothing. That was all she was thinking about, is her friend and what happened to him. So yes, I definitely think that it is an accurate reflection of internal emotion. I mean, think about it. A dream can 100% reveal what a person fears. If you have a fear of spiders, you can have a dream that you have 1,000 spiders chasing you, through your living room. If you have a fear of your dog dying, you might have a dream that your dog just died. It's what's buried in your mind. If you are suspecting that something happened and you're suspecting the person or group that had something to do with it, that can 100% come out in your dream. Dreams also will reveal what somebody is consciously thinking, right? You have a crush on your coworker, but you don't want to be unprofessional. You'll never let him know or let her know. You might go home, go to sleep, and have a dream about this person that you guys are together or doing whatever. What we're thinking about all day long can 100% determine the type of dreams that we have. And let me note, this is not necessarily true for everybody. Everyone's different. Okay? You can be the type of person that does not dream. Some people do not dream. Some people dream every single time they close their eyes and go to sleep. I do. I always dream. I can't say that I do not dream. I dream every single night. So I'm one of those type of people. You know, everybody is different. So you could be the biggest, like, nervous, worrying, crazed person, and you constantly have something on your mind, constantly worrying about something, constantly thinking about the same thing all day long, and you go to sleep and you just do not even have a dream. That's probably the most peace you get from your own mind. Everybody's different. Basically, my entire point of this video is to say that, in my opinion, dreams don't tell us what happened necessarily. I think that they tell us what we're mostly like wrestling with in our minds. And the sucky part about it is when it's shared publicly, they stop being personal and they start creating consequences, which sucks, because when you have a platform, you're talking to your audience. Everything that I'm doing right now is for my audience. I have 2,101 subscribers. Like and subscribe. But I'm talking to you guys. I don't care if I only had one subscriber. I'm talking to that one subscriber. This is my platform. And so I feel like I should be able to talk to you guys about whether it's a dream, what I ate for dinner last night, or anything, and not be beaten down for it and told that I'm trying to manipulate the case or manipulate my audience. Everything and everybody is different, but I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nikki. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, like this video, come back for more content. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about dreams. Do you have vivid dreams? Do you dream at all? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to share maybe a story regarding your dreams, I would love to read it. I reply to everybody. If you want to support this channel in any way, we have our Cash App and our Venmo right there on the screen. And also follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.